Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the MLG studios here in New York City, and welcome back to the Winter Season Showdowns, where the North American matches have begun. They've been practicing some Heart of the Swarm. They've been playing a lot, and it's showing. Of course, the first match of the North Americans is happening right now. Caliber versus Ghost User. It's currently tied 2-2. The winner of this next game will advance to the Winter Championship event in Dallas, Texas on March 15th. All expenses paid, a lot on the line. Before we get into game number 5, though, MLGProShop.com. You need to check that out if you're looking on investing into some awesome MLG gear. We got t-shirts, hoodies, merchandise, gaming equipment. Of course, I want to shed your attention on the gift packs that we have available here. Plenty of awesome deals. Of course, something we're highlighting right now is the Gunners and free backpack option. If you're looking on purchasing some sexy sunglasses, some gaming glasses, decrease the wear of the monitor on your eyes as time goes along, this is a great opportunity for you. There's a nice little MLG logo on the side of these. Very nice and stylish. I have a pair of my own. And of course, you get a free backpack if you purchase it. Free MLG backpack. So if you're on campus and you're wanting to show your support for MLG and esports, wear that backpack, put your bags in it, put your little note thing in it where you take your notes, put your laptop in it.
Your notes on StarCraft build orders.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you do during class.
That's exactly all you do.
Take notes on build orders you want to do when you get home and play StarCraft.
Exactly. And of course, it's always fun when you're carrying that backpack on campus, and then someone recognizes it, and then you get a conversation about MLG, especially when it's a girl, and then you have a nice conversation started there. So take advantage of that, guys. Go to the MLG website, purchase those Gunners. Let's get into game 5.
Game number 5, 2-2. Man, Caliber with so much momentum, but then Ghost User just shutting it down there. But that was during that 2-base Immortal push. That was so tense, and then
yes, that could have gone either way.
It would. Ghost User
one
just
player overextends a little bit.
Yep, and it was Caliber who overextended, and that's how Ghost User got the lead. It's all about understanding concaves, understanding if you're pressured to attack or not. And Ghost User knew that, you know, he didn't feel... it was all a mind game, because honestly, Caliber, I don't think he ever got a unit into Cedar's no third base. And that's why he felt pressured to charge in that position.
He didn't scout anything until he pushed.
Yep, and if even during the push, he would have backed away if he knew there was no third base. But he thought it was the third base. He thought he had to commit. And Ghost User used that to force him to go into a position where Ghost User had to Spirit Concave.
Let's introduce these players. In the bottom right-hand location, we have the Red Zerg player from Team Millennium. Incredible Heart of the Swarm player leading up to this match with so many wins in so many tournaments. He is Ghost User. His opponent in the bottom left-hand location, considered the underdog coming into this match, but showing he's played plenty of Heart of the Swarm and he's ready for a challenge. He wants that trip. If he wins it, if he wins this game, he gets that trip. He is from Team Light. He is Caliber.
You know, I think the best way to describe Caliber is a scrappy player. I mean, this guy, we've seen his last couple games. He can always dig deep to find a way to win the game. In game number 2 on Cloud Kingdom, he looked like he was lost. He had to give up that right side base, but then he found a way to make a comeback with the units he had. Game 3, that really cool use of the 4-gate. That's something you don't see too many people do every day. And even that last game, you know, it looked like he was in trouble, but he tried to counterattack. He tried Dark Templar. You know, he was doing everything he could to give himself a shot of winning that game. Yeah,
and that's something that you have. Like he started building that Dark Shrine right when he decided, all right, I'm going for the base trade. It was a very quick decision you have to make. Of course, it didn't end up working out, but it's a great safety plan to get those Dark Templars involved, because then you're pressuring your opponent to make those Overseers. And if you can get a Warp Prism inside your opponent's main base, of course, if you snipe the layer or something, they can't make Overseers, etc., etc. So, very cool game number 4 these guys showed us. Very cool series thus far. Really awesome series. I'm going to say it, one of my favorites so far.
I would agree.
In the Winter Season Showdowns. Awesome play displayed from both of these guys. But only one can advance to the Winter Championship event. And again, it's the winner of this game. So we'll have to see what these guys decide to do. Starting off, we have Ghost User opening up with that pool, and then the hatchery adding on that fast gas.
Yeah, double gas. Double gas. You know, double gas, this... I think this means he's going lair before speed, and he can get speed second. And he's going to use a very fast layer for something. Not sure what yet, but we'll have to find out. Caliber with a cannon in the front of his base.
Yes.
That's unusual wall-off positioning. I'm unsure what caused him.
He might have made a mistake.
Yeah, I could have been a mispicker. Yeah, probably. I mean, most likely just a misclick. Nothing. It's odds of it making a huge difference in the game aren't that high.
Because I think ideally that would be a hex to the left and the cyber core could be right there.
Or 2 hexes to the left.
2 hexes to the cyber core, and then
there'd be 1 gap.
Nice little sliver for the Zealot to hold strong.
Yep. What's really gonna be interesting is what does Ghost User do from here, right? He's got a lot of gas income coming in. He's actually getting speed before there, so maybe he wants to do some new speedings early, or perhaps he just wants to make sure he can control the map. You know, a lot of times people do fast attacks at the speed after layer because they're like, you know what, I don't need speed that early because he won't even have warp gate for quite a while, so I can start it. You know, I can start layer first and speed afterwards. But sometimes you want to get the speed first so you can scare your opponent, right? So that's what Ghost User is doing. He's saying, I'll get the speed, you know, 20 seconds faster, layer 20 seconds later, and maybe, you know, the speedings like won't be holding any critical attack that early. But what they can do is they can push up towards my opponent's base and make him afraid of maybe a baiting follow-up, maybe just a mass speeding attack. Put a little bit of pressure on him to be worried about defending something early. Well, really, I'm just going layer behind this.
Ghost User keeping a close eye on exactly what his opponent is doing. He did see the Stargate, so Caliber is probably going to know his opponent saw the Stargate as well, trying to tickle this Overlord to death with that Sentry. Meanwhile, the Overlord at the natural should get away. But let's see where Caliber goes from here now that his hand is revealed. And also, it should be interesting to see what Ghost User ends up doing. Adding on a Roach Warren, this could be a good map for Nidus, considering that main base is so big.
Honestly, he may just be doing the same thing he did games 1 and 4, just going 2 base Roach Hydra with a very late third, trying to control the map.
Yep.
And
that's a great point. Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
So it's an interesting style. One thing about this build is I'd be curious to why he gets the Roach Warren so early with this build. Because you normally don't even need the Roaches that early. You've got the Hydras out to deal with any potential threats that come really early. The Roaches you want when there's like a sizable Gateway army or something like that. You need some tanking force. Or perhaps, you know what, he just wants to get the Roach speed out early.
Yeah, Roach speed can be so instrumental in either pushing across the map or defending potential attacks from your opponent. Meanwhile, Caliber, pretty much going every direction. Has a Robo on the way, or had a Robo on the way. He might have canceled his Twilight. Oh, yeah, the Robo's done. Twilight Council on the way, so he has a Stargate, he has a Robo, and he has a Twilight Council. Overseer going to see everything. Ghost User on top of his scouting. As we see Overseer Guts line the bottom of Newkirk City.
So, from here, I would expect Caliber, I feel like he should just take a third, and exactly what he's doing. Just as I said, he's throwing out a Nexus. I mean, with the pro count he has, he can really utilize the third base. And what he wants to do now is he wants to play in defense mode, because the third bases are very similarly timed, which is an advantage for the Protoss. The tech, I would say, is an advantage for Protoss as well here.
Yep.
He's got Blink on the way, he's got Stargate up, he's got Robo up. I mean, he could start +2 very soon. Ghost User does have like Roach speed and Hydra speed on the way, but Roaches and Hydras are not the super scary Zerg units. Not like, if you get a lot of Blink Stalkers, you can deal with them without too much of a problem until Vipers come into play. So Caliber will be looking to use great force fields, defend the initial Roach Hydra onslaught, and then progress to the late game.
Again, Ghost User knows exactly what's going on. I mean, he started every single tech building. He just scouted the third base. So we'll have to see how he reacts. Still 10 drones in production, adding on that third base, continuing with the Hydra production. There goes the Infestation Pit.
Oh, the Void Ray at the top.
He should get away.
Hydra speed is moments from finishing. As soon as that finishes, they can run it down.
Oh, it's
is it gonna? There it
finishes.
finishes.
Should be going up. I don't know why it's not going up.
You know what? This is just a reaction, because the Hydras are not. They're afraid of pursuing it too far and descending.
Luring him into a trap.
So in Wings of Liberty, they're the same speed off creep, so you can just run a Void Ray and it won't catch up. And you want to run it towards your forces so that if they attack you, like if they're massing the launch attack on your third, you have the Void Ray there to defend. If you run it up, you know it's safe from the Hydras, but it won't be able to join in defense. But in this case, he probably should have ran it up, because it's just people aren't always used to thinking of all the implications of Hydra speed yet.
All right, Hive on the way here from Ghost User. A pretty obvious tell that he wants to incorporate those Vipers. Saturating that third base, getting the gases down as fast as possible. His composition is going to be Roaches, Hydras. The Hydras as upgraded as possible at this moment, with the range about to finish. Also, +2 missile attacks is about halfway complete. Meanwhile, Caliber going for Storm, adding on that +1 armor upgrade. So we're seeing a lot of the same stuff from these guys, and it remains to be seen how much damage Ghost User can potentially do to this third. But now that those High Templars are going to be on the field with Storm available, I don't know if a timing exists before Vipers come out.
Yeah, I really like the way Caliber's playing this game. You can almost compare this as in comparison to the Daybreak game. Going to High Templar instead of a Colossi, I think, is a much stronger option. Colossi are countered so easy by the Vipers. Both Blinding Cloud and Abduct are so strong against him. But High Templar, not only are the feedbacks great, but Storm is always going to be amazing against Roach Hydra no matter what they support it with.
Photon Overcharge being laid down onto the Nexus. Caliber not wasting any time.
Gotta buy time for Storm to finish. And the longer the game goes on at this point, well, the longer it goes on over the next couple minutes, it's going to favor Caliber. But wait.
8 Swarm
Ghost Caesar's doing something a little bit different. He's not going for the Roach Hydra Viper.
Interesting.
This could be reaction to seeing Storm. If he saw Colossi, I think he would have gone Vipers. But he sees High Templar, and he says, you know what? I can land a few Blinding Clouds on the Stalkers, but he'll just blink away, and he'll be casting Storms. I really want the Storm host because he has no answer to Locust, really.
Sorry about the noob question, but Storm host, all you need is the Infestation Pit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he made the Hive. I think exactly. I think that's exactly what happened. He scouted the High Templar and didn't scout the Colossi. And then that's when he decided, all right, I'm doing Storm host. Good luck.
Storm hosts are very strong on this map because it's so one-directional. It's very hard to work around it. You can just put the Swarm hosts where like the watchtowers are, and then you can see your opponent coming at you. You can Umbro, get away. From the watchtower, the Locust can easily access your opponent's third base. The Enduring Locust upgrade is nearing completion. His upgrades are, he's got, I think he's got one or how many attacks do you have? 2 attacks on the Locust. Those Locusts are going to do insane damage.
Yes.
Caliber's adding a second Stargate, so he wants to go to air. Of course, air is great against Storm hosts, but he's got to not take too much damage from the Locust. In the meantime,
Storm hosts are already getting in a really good position here at the top.
They're very, very close, though. They might even be too close to Caliber. Caliber could run out there and make a stab at him, except doesn't even have an Observer.
Starting to set up the Concave. There goes the Photon Overcharge onto the Nexus. I'm not even sure he has an Observer. Units tab shows no, he doesn't. So not to be able to even detect these Swarm hosts that are underneath the ground, just above his grouping of bases. Ghost User has the positional advantage right now, but a War Prism was made, and I think it should be going across the map fairly soon. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
The one thing is Ghost User, a lot of his Storm hosts aren't actually sending the Locusts to attack, so they're not doing too much good. Now it's finally some of the Locusts are starting to get in there. Oh, now the Zelds are starting to fall. Roaches are poking in as well.
All right, unusual. I think the War Prism is going down there to the main base of Ghost User as these Locusts are being aggressive towards this third base. Caliber trying to come up with an answer, charges on the way, storming the Locust as well. Photon Overcharge did just run out. And, you know, the question is, what does Caliber do from here? And there goes the drop in Ghost User's main base. We'll have to see how much damage that can do too.
He's trying to get in some Zelds, but Ghost User has anticipated this move, has added in some Spine Cards, but are not quite done yet. I don't think his Zelds will do critical damage, whereas the Locusts are, the damage is adding up.
Yeah.
Every wave is killing more and more and more, and Ghost User behind this, he's not losing any units.
No, he's not.
So all his money is being stockpiled. I mean, a few drones going down to main, but now the Spines are up. That's going to try to defend that location. A few more Zelds, not going to be instrumental. Caliber...
He's going to go for it. I don't think he doesn't have an Observer though. I don't know how he's going to detect the Locust or the Swarm host, but he's just going to go forward, trying to take out the Roaches and the Hydras. The Locust coming in from every single direction. Ghost User has the supply advantage, 172 to 138. Roaches and Hydras coming in from the right-hand side as well. Ghost User has a ridiculous concave, and again, still no answer to the Swarm host here from Caliber. He's going to have to retreat once again, but making a little bit of a dent into Ghost User's army. But I don't think that's going to matter in the long run.
An easily replaceable dent with the bank that Ghost User has. The Nexus is now exposed. Hydra's focusing it down. Locust joining in. They're all going to focus it. If that Nexus goes down, Caliber is going to be in a world of trouble.
Caliber blinking to the right, trying to target down the Hydras.
Colossi doing little weird dance there.
Yeah, the Locusts are going to take down the Nexus, and just like that, Ghost User gaining a huge advantage. And look at this, Ghost User seeing the Colossi. He's like, okay, I'll get some Vipers on the field. Now, brilliant play from Ghost User thus far. You can tell how seasoned he is, and Caliber realizing, okay, I have to go right here, right now, if I want to win this game. Even pulling the probes here, knows what's on the line. A trip to the MLG Winter Championships in Dallas, Texas, coming forward with the Stalkers and the Colossi, but here comes the Remax from Ghost User with the Roaches and the Hydras, and there's the GGGL. Ghost User takes game number 5.
Wow. A great play game there by Ghost User. I mean, the Swarm hosts were coming in from all different angles there. He had me nervous there, how close they were.
Yeah.
But, you know, it worked out because he got Caliber on the back foot. Caliber had a really hard time leaving that area. And the damage just keeps adding up and adding up.
I think 3 things I want to point out about that game. First of all, the decision for Ghost User to wait to make his decision on either Vipers or Swarm Hosts until he realized his opponent was going for the High Templar. Another thing was Caliber was scouting with the Hallucinated Phoenix and saw the Hive in production. So if you see that, it could kind of throw you off guard a little bit if you're trying to predict what your opponent's going to do. Ghost User never ended up using the Hive until much later when he actually got the Vipers. The third thing is... What was the third thing? I don't know what the third thing was.
Those are the two main ones.
I promise.
Those are the two main ones.
Oh, okay. The lack of an observer.
Yes.
For such a long time.
Yep.
So he didn't attack, and I think he realized he didn't have an observer or something, because it doesn't make much sense to attack without an observer in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, he had one at the very end, but
sure, yeah,
it was a little too late. Yeah.
So those are my three things.
Good 3 things there.
Thank you.
But the strategy was well put together by Ghost
Yes,
User. He actually
absolutely.
had 2 Overseers and a squad of Hydras looking for observers. So he's very diligent, ready to try to snap those off. Of course, out the observers can't really get those Swarm Hosts.
Yeah.
And he had the draw cover too. He had the Spines there, a little bit of Roach Rally, cleaned up some more Zealots. Ghost User takes that 3-2.
Yeah, and that concludes today's Winter Season Showdown. Of course, Ghost User will be advancing over Caliber, but big shout out to Caliber. He came into this match with so many doubters, and he made a match out of it. He was up 2-1 against Ghost User, forced Ghost User to get a little bit nervous, force him to win 2 games in a row. But again, Ghost User able to do that. If I'm thinking of a player to watch out for at the Winter Championships, especially Zerg player, it's going to be Ghost User. One of the few Zergs that are going to be at the tournament so far, but still a lot of matches yet to come. And you'll see a common trend there. Pretty much a Zerg is in every single match except for the Phoenix versus State game. That being said, check out that lineup. Idra versus Minigun. That's on Sunday. So guys, write that down. Do not miss it. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Evil Geniuses Idra going to be taking on Minigun from Root Gaming. That should be an epic best of 5. But guys, thank you so much for watching this edition of the Winter Season Showdowns. This has been Axel Toss and Axelab providing your coverage, and we'll see you on Sunday.